Hello, Munch here. Welcome to another episode of my FM19 Aston Villa save, where today we will be taking on Bayer Leverkusen in our Champions League group stage, and we'll also be taking on Manchester City, both at Villa Park. Since the last time we met, which is a pretty good episode for us, where we drew 1-1 with Atletico Madrid and then beat Sheffield United 2-1 away in the Carabao Cup, things have been mixed. In the Champions League, as you would expect, we have lost both away games. The 2-1 away defeat to Monaco was a bit disheartening, and then we lost 3-0 away to Bayer Leverkusen. Played well in both games, but ultimately don't have the defence or really the firepower to really trouble our opponents. Sandwich in between there was a comfortable 2-0 home win against Cardiff, and home form continues to be pretty good because then we've beaten Brighton and Everton while we've been away. We did lose 1-0 at Old Trafford to Manchester United and 4-2 away at Anfield before getting a 1-1 away draw at the London Stadium against West Ham. So away form has been pretty poor all season round. Fortunately, we don't have any away games today. They are both at home, but it's something that really does need to be addressed. Although having said that, it's been a pretty difficult run away from home if you look at it. So it's not all bad. It's left us 6th in the table, and Manchester City, who we'll be playing today, are actually 3rd, but you can't see it because this is in the way. Get out. As you can tell, they were comfortably 6th. I say comfortably. We are 1 point ahead of Chelsea, who are really struggling this season, and they've got 2 games in hand. So ultimately, we're probably around about 7th in the table. We are 7 points off the top 4. Can't see us making it this year, but you never know. We might conjure something, but I'm not sure this year. I think that when you look at the schedule as well, the amount of, it's basically playing Saturday, Tuesday, or Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, fit in whatever you want. I think the fact that we're playing over 3 games a week regularly is really hurting the squad, and I've had to do so much rotation this year, and I think it's beginning to catch up with us a little bit. Pretty much the sooner we're out of the Champions League, the better. But we might as well enjoy it while we're there, so let's kick off our game against Bayer Leverkusen. As you can tell, we're actually bottom of the group, where Atletico Madrid are 3rd in the table with only 3 points, 3 draws. All the other teams are unbeaten. We're the only beaten team in the group. Monaco and Bayer Leverkusen ahead of them, both with 5 points and 1 win each, which was obviously against us. So in terms of the lineup today, it is pretty much our full strength team in our 4-2-3-1, which we do play at home. Kalinic is in goal with Majer, Rudiger and Christensen as the back 4. Then you've got 2 starters, the ball in midfield in the middle with Leon Goretzka next to him. Majer, Navarra and Gaita make up the midfield 3 in behind Jack Lancaster, who leaves the line today. He is, as always, our top scorer with 10 goals already this season, playing very well. Notched up a few in his last few games. He's got 3 goals and 1 assist in his last 5, playing at a 6.92 average rating over those games. Most of them have actually been penalties, so he's not really firing on all cylinders just yet. Now you're looking at the Leverkusen team here. This boy seems to be the danger man. He's not very highly rated by my scouts, but he took me to the cleaners when we played them. In all fairness, actually, he's got 2 goals in 22 appearances. Both of those were against me, so thanks. Maybe he's not that good. They got a good team, but it's not the best team in the world, and I'm a little bit disappointed by how we got turned over at their joint. I'm going to give a team to it and say, I know a lot of you will be keen to avenge what happened last time, where we were a bit humiliated, and everyone's in the green. It's good news. Well, that's the assistant. Get on Rafinha as well because he's a nightmare. Into the tunnel. Send the assistant. Right, away we go. Come on, boys. Let's have a good performance today. Try and nick 3rd place on the table. Maybe we can play in the Europa League. If not, then we'll go back just to having 1 match a week, which seems to suit us at this time in the save. Half an hour gone, and it's been pretty dull. We've only had 1 blazed over free kick from Majer, who I'm beginning to detest the more I think about the fact that he's got 2 goals and 22 appearances, and both of them were in his 1 game against us. It's really beginning to upset me the more I think about it. So I'm praying for a highlight just to take my mind off it, because I'm just looking at his name and just... So, 0-0 at half time, and not a lot really to report. It's been a pretty dull game. I'm going to passionately say to the boys, I am pleased with the way that things are going, because we have arguably been the better team. We've just not really done enough to create a highlight. I'm going to have some, actually, I don't often do it, so I'm going to do some personalised settings. I'm going to let Navarro just move away, get 3rd forward, move into channels, roam from the position, take more risks, and we'll go with that for the time being. But I just realised I haven't set any specific instructions for him, but I think getting him to roam around the pitch and just do as he pleases is probably the best way to go with Navarro. He's the real creative outlet of the team, and maybe just me letting him off the leash a bit more is the way I'm going to get the best out of him as he gets a yellow card. Superb. Oh god, Majer whips the ball in. Good header away there from our chap against Van Drongelen. It's fallen back to Majer though, and it looks like Atletico and... Oof, bloody hell. That's a good effort from Majer. I don't know how you say his name. I'm going to go with Majer, but I think that's a very British pronunciation of it. It's probably not exactly how it's actually pronounced. We're going to take Navarro off because he's not been very good. And we're going to take him off. We're going to bring on Divock Origi out on the left-hand side. Let's go for it. Come on, boys. We get 1-0 here. We are right back in this group because it will take us up to 4 points. And then the group looks very, very different. I know it looks a bit strange, but we are going to go with this. Forget the be more expressive. We're going to go a bit more direct. We're going to up the tempo. Play for some set pieces. Confirm the changes. We're going 4-2-1-3. The front three of Play-Doh, Jack Lancaster and Origi. We trialled it sort of in the Crystal Palace game. Probably wasn't the best time to try it, but I've got a bit of faith that this is actually the way to go in this. Right, so this is what we're going with now. It's a flat 4-3-3. I've brought on John McGinn for Pelayo Maria. He's going into a Mazzala role, and Toussaint's moving into a more defensive ball-winning midfielder role rather than on support. And let's see if we can just squeeze it a little bit. Just 1 goal, and we are right back in this group. There is a highlight. As John McGinn loses that to Isidore, this is not good. Mady on the ball to Gajer, or Gajer? I have no idea. Pellegrini. Very, very attacking from that left-hand side. Gager into Majer. Do not let him score, for Christ's sake. Gager again out to Isidore. Oh, he's going to nick the ball off them and get on the counter. Visor on the right-hand side. Up against Earl. Whips it in. Majer. Oh! 3 goals in 23. Piss off! We don't deserve that. Visor whips it in. I mean, what's that? That is some volley. Piss off. Well, safe to say in it. Corner. John McGinn. No, yeah, we haven't done it up front today. Same old story with us at the moment. McGinn though into Play-Doh. Play-Doh. No. Full time. Be with a better team, really, maybe. Just about. We're just not ready. We're not ready for the Champions League. I'm say I can't fault any of your performances. It's just one of those days, and it is. We're not ready. We're just not ready. Now the best thing is that we don't get Europa League football, and then we can focus on the league and go back to it. But I think that essentially rules us out of the Champions League, and that'll be confirmed when we lose to Atletico Madrid in the next Champions League game. So I think the Champions League journey is over. Manchester City coming up in a bit. I feel like we got shafted a bit there. I'm not happy. I'm not pleased with that. I'm still not really over that. I'm not over that result. I can't believe we've been sucker punched. But we have got a game against City today, and the top 2 are going against each other as well. Liverpool and Manchester United. So even though we're not in the title race, we'll have a look at how that result goes, because I'm always interested to see how Liverpool get on against United. No, let's skip over that. Right, so we start the day in 6th. It's a surprising Newcastle. Wolves are up there with us. And as you can tell, they're probably who we're fighting it out with, really, for that other Europa League position. I think Europa League next year would be a nice target to reach to, but you can tell there's a lot of teams there that aren't normally don't normally figure in it here. So you got Swansea, West Ham, Wolves, us, and then the rest of the big 6 are all kind of split up a little bit. Arsenal are down in 10th, Chelsea are 7th. You don't expect these teams to be struggling as much as they are. So, only one change to the lineup that faced by Leverkusen, and that's that Reguilon is now in at left back instead of Josh Earl, who's probably, I think, hit his peak for the club. Even though he's only 23, I can't see him kind of getting any better than this. And I think that's a bit disappointing, and he's been a good servant for the club, but maybe someone that I need to look at maybe moving on next year and upgrading the standard of our fullbacks, because Christensen's probably not going to cut it at that European level either. We keep getting found out down the wings, so I really need to take a look at that. Anyway, it is on to the game today. Let's see how we do against City, who are in 3rd and in good form. And they have this lineup, which is slightly scary. I'm actually petrified of that front 3. Sane, Icardi and Sterling just petrify me. I'm going to passionately say we'll do the old revenge one. So obviously City pounded us last time we played them, clearly. But we're at home, and when we're at home, I back us. I back us when we're at home against anybody. I like the fact that it's on Lewis Cook. I think that's a good signing. He's a good player, Lewis Cook. But hopefully he'll have a crap game today, because I need him to. Away we go. Come on, please. Let's just get a win from somewhere. I just looked at my team here, and I am a bit upset that I don't have a lot of English players. The only one who really focuses constantly in the team as a British or English player is Jack Lancaster. Maybe John McGinn and Josh Earl, but I need more British players, I think. Maria, ooh, just knocks it wide. So that's something I might look to rectify, I think, over the coming few seasons, because most teams that always do well have a kind of very British core. Even you look at City here, they've got Lewis Cook, Ben Chilwell, Stones, Aaron. There's a very British core in there. Maybe that's what I'm missing a little bit. Some of that British passion that we're so used to. They're just not very good though, English players. Ben Chilwell now drifts inside, and just as I say, English players aren't very good. He hits the ball with an absolute rocket. So 0-0 at the break. It's not going to be the most entertaining of episodes at this rate, but well, we had a little bit of drama at the end of the last game. I'm hoping that we can have a little bit more drama at the end of this one as well, but in a good way. I'm going to say the boys, I'm pleased how things are going. We've managed to kind of restrict City. We've not been the better team, but arguably we are. It's been very even, and for a team that's got a lineup like theirs compared to a team with a lineup like ours, I'm very pleased with how we're doing here. Over an hour gone, the game is still just petering into absolute nothingness. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go a bit odd here, but I'm going to take Toussaint off and bring Abel Miguel on. I'm going to drop him deeper and get him playing as the... Let's get him playing as an anchor man, actually, just ahead of the back four. We'll take Leon Goretzka off. I'm going to bring on Play-Doh and put him up front with Jack. We're going to give this a go, and then we're going to try and just go from positive to being a bit balanced, and then we'll forget the being more expressive. We're going to hit it a bit longer, play for the set pieces like we did last time, and be more disciplined so we don't lose our shape too much. We still have that lovely defensive core, and then we're just gonna try and maybe go a bit longer and get it into the wings and start whipping those. Actually, let's do that. Let's focus on playing the ball down the flanks as well. Come on, boys, show some passion for the last 10 minutes or so. A 0-0 isn't actually the worst result in the world. Gaitan over the free kick, bends it. Play-Doh, it hits the ball, it bounces clear. Oh, the post denies him. Oh, I think he was offside because they gave a free kick for offside. We're unbalanced at the moment. Oh, come on, let's go for it. Come on, then. I'm going to go attacking. Come on, let's go for it. We might as well go for it. The league now has got to be the focus. We're out of the Champions League. We can't do any better than that. We're not going to qualify for the Europa League either, so it's all about the Premier League now and trying to get in that top 4, top 6. So I need a win here, really. But we're not going to get one. It's a 0-0. It's not the most entertaining episode in the world, but that is a result I will take. So I'm going to say calmly, everyone thought we'd get beaten today, but we proved them wrong. Well done, boys. In all fairness, that was not the worst result we could have had, and I'm actually quite pleased with that. Keeps us 6th, keeps us in the question. A lot of teams there have got games in hand because it's the World Cup in Qatar year. The table doesn't really reflect exactly how I think it's going to look because a lot of teams have got games in hand because of the winter break and stuff. So ultimately, probably at the start of next year after the World Cup, we'll know just how good we actually are and whereabouts we actually are in the table. But we've definitely fallen off from the standard that we set last year, which is a bit disappointing. But I can understand why that's happened with the extra fixtures. The congestion is killing me. I think what we'll do is we'll come back, we'll aim for that West Brom game, maybe the Derby game, but we're going to come back definitely for the West Brom game because I can see there being some movement over the January transfer window. And if there are going to be transfers, I'd like you to see what we're going to be doing over those. So it might be a one-gamer depending on how many transfers I'm going to make, but if not, what we'll do is we'll aim for the West Brom game and the Derby game, because I think that's a nice point to come back. Hopefully we'll have picked up some better results here, because as you can tell, it's a bit of a mixed colour bag. There's not really been, apart from the opening part of the season, there's not really been a very consistent run of form from us. We're very up and down so far this season. Hard to beat, but not good enough to turn some of those draws into wins. Thank you so much for watching the episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do like, share and subscribe. Make sure you come out for the next episode, and we'll have a quick review of the World Cup and see how we do. Hopefully England will win it, but we shall see. Until I see you in the next episode, stay cool.